this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, and welcome to another edition of the Progressive Rock and Metal album review series. And today I'm going to be taking a look at a brand new 2024 release from one of the greatest bands in the history of music, the one and only legendary heavy metal band Judas Priest, and this is their newest recording for Sony Music, Invincible Shield. So, Invincible Shield marks the first time since 2018's Firepower that Judas Priest have recorded and released an album featuring new material. So that's well over 6 years, and that's a pretty long time for a legendary band like Judas Priest. But as always, a new album from these guys is always highly anticipated, and they never disappoint. And just like always, Judas Priest come through and deliver the goods. Does Invincible Shield live up to expectations? Oh, yes. It not only lives up to expectations, but it exceeds expectations. And from my understanding, Invincible Shield is commercially Judas Priest's most successful album in their career as a band. And you think about that, an album like this considered to be their biggest album in their career as a band, especially when you look at some of the classic albums Judas Priest have put out over the years. British Steel, Screaming for Vengeance, Painkiller, Sin After Sin, just to name a few, some of the most legendary albums that Judas Priest have put out. But Invincible Shield, for my money, could very well be the best of them all, and certainly up there with those albums I mentioned. And as you'd expect from Judas Priest, hard hitting, fast paced, lots of metal to get your teeth into, and like always, Judas Priest comes in and delivers a hell of a punch. And boy, you really feel the punch in the music. And Judas Priest, what more can you say? One of the greatest bands in the universe, not on the planet, but in the universe. It does not get any better than Judas Priest. So let's have a look, shall we? I mean, the artwork here is just excellent, absolutely amazing. And there is the track listing. Here are the list of musicians. So we've got Rob Halford on vocals, Glenn Tipton on guitars, Richie Faulkner on guitars, Ian Hill on bass, and Scott Travis on drums. And Andy Sneap, who has currently been the touring member for Judas Priest as the second guitarist, he produced this baby. And Andy Sneap, what more can you say? He is an amazing producer, and this album by Judas Priest is a terrific sounding album. The sound quality is just chef's kiss, perfection. It's just absolutely top notch. Everybody sounds incredible. Rob Halford, one of the greatest singers in the history of metal. Glenn Tipton, obviously, we know he's been dealing with health problems in recent years, but he sounds amazing on this album. Richie Faulkner just kicks ass on guitars. Ian Hill, rock solid bass player, and Scott Travis, he just comes in and just delivers top notch drumming. He is the muscle behind Judas Priest. So all of the material is written and composed by Glenn Tipton, Rob Halford, and Richie Faulkner, with the exception of a cover by Bob Halligan Jr. But this is some excellent stuff. This is so good. This is a fantastic album. So there are the lyrics, and there is the artwork to support each song. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is just amazing. The artwork on here is just, whew, look at that. There are more lyrics here as well. Excellent artwork. I like that. Looks like Satan's just come out of the depths of hell. Yeah, this is great, great stuff here. Ooh, that's tremendous, that is. From this angle, looks like the Punisher a little bit. I think anyway, does look like the Punisher a little bit. Wow, unbelievable. So as we go along here, we've got more lyrics, and this shot here looks like Ghost Rider. I like it. I like it a lot. And we've got more lyrics here as well. More cool artwork. And some more cool artwork is here as well. And look at that bad boy there. Love it. Excellent stuff here. And pretty much back to where we started. The shield there. So, Invincible Shield. This is a special edition with 3 bonus tracks, and every song on here is top notch from start to finish. All great. The 3 bonus tracks are definitely worth the price alone. You know, they're really good, and you know, some great stuff there as well. So we've got the first track, Panic Attack, which is classic Judas Priest and a great opener. We've got The Serpent and the King, another great song as well. And we've got the title track, Invincible Shield, which is just kick ass. Devil in Disguise is another great song as well. Gates of Hell is just rocks. Crown of Horns, another excellent song. As God Is My Witness is an excellent song as well. Trial by Fire is just classic Judas Priest. It's a really, really good song. One of the best tracks on this album. Escape from Reality, another great song as well. Sons of Thunder, short track, probably the shortest track of the entire album, but still very good. And we've got Giants in the Sky as well, another great song. And then the 3 bonus tracks we've got is Fight of Your Life, which is excellent. Vicious Circle, another great song. And then the closer, The Lodger, another great song as well. But this is classic Judas Priest. Rob Halford is just ear piercing with his vocals. Glenn Tipton and Richie Faulkner, they just rock on guitars, and Ian Hill and Scott Travis. What more can you say? Classic rhythm section for Judas Priest. They just absolutely cooking up a storm. And these guys really, you know, after all the years they've been playing together, they sound better than ever, and they sound really, really tight. The musicianship is just second to none. And when you've got a band like Judas Priest, you know, they've been around since like the late 60s. You know, they've really seen it all, they've really done it all, and one of the most decorated bands in the history of metal, and certainly in the history of music. You know, when you think of heavy metal, you think of Judas Priest. They're definitely up there with Black Sabbath in terms of iconic. You know, these guys are just absolute gods. So the standout tracks for me are Panic Attack, Trial by Fire, Devil in Disguise, Gates of Hell, Escape from Reality, Giants in the Sky, Fight of Your Life, and The Lodger. But you won't go wrong with this album. If you're looking to get into Judas Priest, I think this is a good place to start. But highly recommend you check out their entire catalogue. You won't find any better heavy metal music than from Judas Priest. These guys just continue to keep getting better and better. And this is the band's 19th studio album. That is absolutely insane. 19 studio albums. And I feel like just listening to this album, I feel like they're just warming up, if that's possible. But wow, tremendous album. If this is their last album that they put out as a band, I can't think of any better way to go out than with this one. They just really make a statement as their way of saying, we're still here, we're still one of the best metal bands on the planet, and we're here to kick your ass. And boy, do they. So there you have it, Invincible Shield by Judas Priest. Are we looking at Album of the Year? Certainly up there, certainly worthy of being called Album of the Year, especially when there's so many more great albums coming out in 2024. But this could very well be Album of the Year, certainly in the top 1 or 2 of the year for sure. But this is excellent stuff, and yeah, it doesn't get any better than Judas Priest. So there you have it, Invincible Shield, excellent stuff, and quite possibly the band's best album in their career. Certainly, a lot of people would say that. I won't argue with that. It's a very good album. Excellent stuff. Love it. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What's your favourite track from Judas Priest Invincible Shield? Is it Panic Attack, The Serpent and the King, Invincible Shield, Devil in Disguise, Gates of Hell, Crown of Horns, As God Is My Witness, Trial by Fire, Escape from Reality, Sons of Thunder, or Giants in the Sky? And which of the following is your favourite from the bonus tracks? Fight of Your Life, Vicious Circle, or The Lodger? Or did you enjoy the entire album from start to finish? There's no right or wrong answer. We all have our favourite tracks. You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Progressive Rock and Metal album review series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.